I'm sure you've been asked this question many times, but I have to ask it. I was just wondering what you learned personally from 50 Cent.
Well, the thing I'm a big believer that that we're animals, that we're not just these rational creatures. So there are things that you learn that are not just in words. There can be just a person's energy, for instance. And being around him, he's so confident and calm and so full of power. And I would feel like, God, what's wrong with me? I don't feel the same way as he did. It made me realize that even though I write these books and I feel like I kind of use some of the laws, that I don't have that kind of energy that he has. And it made me realize that, I want to aspire to more of that. I want to feel more zen and not so afraid, and realizing it, I can take risks and not worry if I lose here or there. Just he had this really, because he faced death, I think, that's what I write about in the book. He came just inches from dying, and he really should have died. He had a bullet that went through his jaw right here.
Yeah.
You usually don't survive that. Because he came so close to death, nothing phases him. Now, what can be a more powerful attitude in life that nothing phases you? Mm-hmm. So being around him, I felt like I want to feel like that.
Do you think it could just be something as mundane as a function of his testosterone production? I mean, it's been shown that testosterone imbues people with that sort of calm sense of confidence and...
Testosterone
makes you calm?
Yeah.
That's not usually my experience.
Yeah, it's been shown that...
Really?
Yeah, it's been shown that that's why the alpha male is always the calmest. He's the one most zen.
My question was, do you when you first started talking about 50, do you think he was born with it?
Yeah.
Or do you think it happened after he was, shot 12 times and came back
Maybe
from
it's a
it?
combination.
Or is it part of it that not fake it till you make it, but do you think if he constantly puts himself in that I am powerful mindset, then his self will catch up with that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It's a combination of things. I asked him about this a lot, and he said that, because he was a hustler on the streets of Queens, dealing crack cocaine in a very dangerous environment in the 1990s, 80s. He said that he felt like he had this ambition gene that other people didn't have, that he was born with an incredible amount of ambition to get out of the hood and to get out of the hustling racket, and that other hustlers might have had aggression and that testosterone, but they didn't have the ambition that he had. And he claimed that he inherited it from his mother. His mother died when he was 15. She was murdered. She was a dealer herself. He says she was a lesbian, although not completely, because she had him. She was like this really aggressive, ambitious woman, and he thinks he got it from her. Now, I don't ascribe necessarily completely to that belief. I don't think something like that is genetic. I think there's a mix of things and qualities. And he found his way into hustling, and he saw a way out, which was music, and he grabbed it, etc. I think it's more that he had what I call this kind of deep connection to what makes him different from other people. Right? Mm-hmm. So he always, even when he was dealing drugs, he didn't want to deal drugs. He wanted to be a businessman. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm an entrepreneur. Mm. I don't know where that comes from. So it's just pure speculation. But it's a mix of maybe an extra gene in there of more drive, but also he's more connected to who he is, and he's a little bit smarter about how to get there.